Most people think making money with AI is easy. You just type something, click a button, and money appears in your bank account like magic. That's the dream being sold to you everywhere right now. Scroll through YouTube, scroll through Instagram, and you'll see the same promise over and over again. Make $1,000 per day using AI. No skills needed. Passive income in 24 hours. It sounds perfect. It sounds effortless. It sounds almost too good to be true. And honestly, that's exactly why I didn't believe it. Because think about it. If making money with AI was that easy, if anyone could just open a laptop and start printing cash, then why isn't everyone already rich? Why are people still struggling? Why are people still working jobs they hate? The answer is simple. Most of what you see online is not real. But here's what I didn't know. Hidden underneath all the fake screenshots and exaggerated claims, there's actually something genuine going on. There are people making real money with AI right now. Not millions overnight, but real, legitimate income. So I have one question. Can AI actually make you money, or is it just another internet illusion? I decided to find out. For real. No shortcuts. No tricks. Before we get into this, I need to be upfront with you. This is not one of those highlight reel success videos. I'm not going to flash fake screenshots at you. I'm not going to tell you I made $10,000 in my first week. I'm definitely not trying to sell you a course at the end of this. What I did was run a real, honest, 7-day experiment, starting from absolute zero. No money to invest. No existing audience. No special skills. Just a laptop, an internet connection, and a burning question. And I'm going to walk you through every single day. The confusion, the frustration, the failures, the small wins, and the moments where everything finally clicked. By the end of this video, you're going to understand 3 things clearly. 1. What actually works when it comes to making money with AI? 2. What doesn't work and why most people waste their time? 3. Exactly how you can start, even if you have 0 experience. But I'll warn you now, the hardest part of this entire experiment wasn't the work itself. It was starting. Let's get into it. Day 1 started with excitement and ended with frustration. I opened my laptop completely fired up. I mean, AI can do everything now, right? Write essays, generate images, build websites, write code. Surely turning that into income would be straightforward. I was wrong. Within about 20 minutes, I was completely overwhelmed. There are hundreds of AI tools out there. ChatGPT, Midjourney, Runway, Claude, Jasper, Make, Zapier. The list never ends. Every YouTube video, every tweet, every Reddit post says, use AI to make money. But nobody actually explains the mechanics. Nobody explains how you go from AI generated this thing to money is in my account. I started going in circles, trying one tool, then another. Opening tabs I never came back to. Watching tutorial after tutorial without actually doing anything. And then I stopped, closed every tab, put my phone down, and asked myself one better question. What problem can I actually solve for someone? That was the turning point, because I realized something that most people completely miss. AI is not the business. It's the tool. Every successful business in history has been built around solving a problem for another person. AI doesn't change that fundamental truth. It just makes you dramatically faster and more capable at delivering solutions. Once I understood that, day 1 wasn't wasted at all. It was the foundation. Day 2 felt completely different. I had direction. I spent the morning thinking about what problems businesses actually need solved. Not what AI can do, but what people are willing to pay for. And one answer kept coming up over and over. Content. Every business on the planet needs content. Every single day. Social media posts, email newsletters, website copy, video scripts, product descriptions, blog articles, captions, stories, ads. The demand is endless. But here's the problem most business owners face. They don't have time. They're already running their business, managing customers, handling operations, worrying about finances. Creating content every day feels impossible. And even the ones who want to create content struggle with it. They stare at a blank page. They post inconsistently. They know they should be showing up online, but they can't figure out what to say. That's the gap. That's the opportunity. I could step in, use AI to dramatically speed up my content creation process, and offer real value to businesses who desperately need it at a price point that makes sense for both of us. No product to create, no inventory, no upfront investment, just a skill, a tool, and the willingness to show up consistently. For the first time in this experiment, things felt real. Day 3 was where the rubber met the road. I had an idea. I had a plan. Now I needed someone to actually pay me. I set up a simple profile on Fiverr. I also looked at Upwork, and I started reaching out directly to small businesses on Instagram, local restaurants, fitness coaches, real estate agents, people who clearly needed better content but weren't producing it consistently. My message was simple, not sleazy, not pushy, just genuine. Hey, I notice your content. I help businesses like yours create consistent, engaging posts. I'd love to show you what I can do. Simple, human, no corporate pitch, no fake testimonials. And then, nothing happened. No replies, no interest, not even a no thanks. This is the moment where most people quit. And I completely understand why. You put yourself out there, you get silence in return, and your brain starts telling you this doesn't work. You're wasting your time. Who are you to offer this? But I kept going. Not because I was some naturally motivated superhuman, but because I gave myself a rule. Send at least 10 messages before judging the results. Message 7, nothing. Message 12, nothing. Message 15, a notification. Someone replied. We had a brief conversation. I explained what I could offer. They asked a few questions. And then they said yes. I had a client. Day 4 was the day everything changed. I had a real client, a real deadline, and real expectations to meet. I used AI to help me. But I want to be clear about something important here. I didn't just copy-paste whatever the AI generated. That would have been lazy, and honestly, it would have been obvious. I used AI as a starting point, a first draft, a brainstorming partner. Then I shaped it, improved it, added the client's actual voice, their specific product details, their tone. Because here's what AI gives you, speed. But what you give the client is judgment, context, quality control, the human layer that turns something generic into something that actually works. I delivered the work, spent a couple of anxious hours wondering if they'd like it. Then a notification. Payment received. It wasn't a huge number, but it was real money. Money I earned in under a week, starting from nothing. And I'll be honest with you, that moment felt bigger than any amount, because it proved the concept was real. Something shifts when you get that first win. Day 5, I woke up differently. More confident, more clear. And confidence changes everything. The way you write your messages, the way you price your services, the way you carry yourself in conversations with potential clients. My outreach got sharper. My offer got clearer. My follow-ups got better. More replies started coming in. More conversations. More interest. I also started getting smarter about who I was reaching out to. Instead of messaging anyone and everyone, I focused on businesses that clearly had a content problem. The ones posting sporadically, with low engagement, using blurry photos and generic captions. Those are the people who know they need help. You just have to show up and offer it. By the end of day 5, I had 2 more clients lined up. Day 6 was my favorite day of the entire experiment because I stopped doing this randomly and started building a system. I mapped out the whole process. Outreach in the morning, deliver work in the afternoon, follow up with leads in the evening, collect payment, repeat. No motivation required, no inspiration required, just a clear workflow that I could execute every single day, regardless of how I felt. This is the thing nobody talks about when it comes to making money online. It's not about finding the perfect tool or the perfect niche. It's about building a repeatable process and then doing it consistently. By the end of day 6, I crossed $500 from zero in 6 days, with no investment, no existing audience, and no special advantages. Day 7 was simple. No confusión, no second guessing, no wasted time trying to figure out what to do next. I just executed the system. Outreach, deliver, collect, repeat. And by the time I closed my laptop that evening, $800 earned in 7 days, starting from zero. Let me break down the real lessons from this experiment, because the numbers matter less than why this worked. Lesson 1. AI is a tool, not a shortcut. It makes you faster. It helps you produce more. But it cannot replace strategy, judgment, or genuine human effort. The people who treat AI as a magic button will be disappointed. The people who use it as a force multiplier will win. Lesson 2. Most people quit too early. Day 3 was brutal. If I had quit after 10 messages with no replies, none of this would have happened. The gap between people who succeed and people who don't is almost never talent. It's persistence through the uncomfortable beginning. Lesson 3. You don't need money to start. You need a skill or the willingness to develop one. You need a tool, which is free or nearly free. And you need the courage to reach out to strangers and offer genuine value. Lesson 4. The system is everything. Motivation runs out. Inspiration runs out. A system doesn't. Once you have a repeatable process, scaling becomes a matter of doing more of the same thing, not reinventing the wheel every day. Right now, while you're watching this, there are people making real money using AI. Not because they're smarter than you, not because they have some secret information you don't have, but because they started. They got uncomfortable. They pushed through the silence and the rejection and the confusion, and they kept going. The opportunity is real. The tools are available to everyone. The only question is whether you're going to keep consuming content about it or actually do something. If this video gave you something real, subscribe, because I'm documenting everything I learn, and the next video might be the one that finally shifts things for you. Drop a comment below. Tell me, what's the number one thing stopping you from starting right now? I read every single one. See you in the next one.